All right, so today I feel like these meditations are so important because it's still baffling me to say this, but we're in the holiday season. Life gets extra hectic and a little extra crazy, especially when we have people coming in to visit and family in town. So, anxiety releasing meditations are really important this time of year. So, I have a great breath strategy for you today that's extra, extra easy, but so calming. And when we practice it over a long period of time, such as on Wednesdays with our half an hour meditations, the practice really solidifies in our brain and it becomes really quick. It becomes our go to during stressful times. That's what I hope, anyway. So enjoy today. If you have requests, pop them in the chat for me, and I'll make sure to focus next week's meditation on anything that you've requested. Today, we breathe and we release some anxieties. And it's okay if you don't have any anxieties, then you'll have practice and some tips and techniques for releasing them if and when they do arise. My name is Tiffany. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's head back to a spot of your choosing. Perhaps you're not heading back. Maybe you're heading down or over. That was a poor choice of words. But we're going to get comfy in some way, shape, or form. And it's understandable if you're busy and you have to stay at your workspace. Maybe just try to move your chair a little away from your distractions. We want to attempt letting go of everything that's brought us up to this point today. My favorite place to be is near the ground. So you feel this big sense of heaviness coming in. You can sink deeply in. You can do this on a couch or in your workspace, a chair. If you need back support, slide your back all the way to the back of your chair or use a wall or the back of the couch. When you feel that you've gotten a bit settled, just remember that through our practice, we might get a little tingly. We'll try to work through that, thinking of that as new energy arriving in the tingly spots. But if it's totally uncomfortable and distracting, make a change, reassert yourself confidently, upright and alive in our spines. Clasping your hands behind your low back for a few gentle stretches to begin. As we reach hands behind our low back, if there's a chair there, maybe try to grab onto the arms of the back of your chair. If there's a couch there, put your hands down and just boost yourself up, trying to lift our throats, lift our eye gaze, elevate our chests, and open wide in our heart spaces. Tuck your chin to your chest while you stay very lifted. Start to stretch open through the back of your neck, widening your vertebrae. Keep your chin tucked, but sweep your arms all the way forward. Now you can just reach to me, or you can clasp your hands again. And I love to flip palms to face outwards. Now we have this big curved shape in our back body, an angry cat style back, opening from top to bottom through our spine. Let's breathe gently. Eyes come back forward, hands slide back down. And we'll just take a soft shoulder shrug or roll, letting your shoulders be heavy and loose. Left ear leans up first and then over the left shoulder. Try to unclench in your jaw, loosen up your face. Maybe slip your eyes closed if you feel safe enough in your space. Rise through the center. Let's try the same. A little shrug, a little loosening of your shoulders far from your moves. Right ear lifts up like it's filled with helium a little more, and then over to the side. Maybe a heavier shrug down through your left shoulder here. Taking a moment to breathe and lift. Coming back through center. Softening eye gaze. You're welcome to keep your eyes shut the entire time. Or you can do what I do. It's really nice. Softening your eyes down to something unmoving on the floor. Not something very distracting either. Not like your paperwork or anything. Just something that looks pretty plain and boring. And then you'll close your eyes to these little slits. So you could see through your eyelashes still, but things look pretty blurry and unfocused. And then we'll just take a moment to check in. All feelings, all emotions, all moods and states of being are welcome and accepted. You don't have to prepare for or be in any particular way to practice meditation, slowing down, and breath work. The same goes for the rest of our practice. If things pop up like you literally think to yourself, this is so stupid and a big waste of my time, valid and true. That happens here and there when you're meditating. Sometimes it's a total bust, which is why I like to put them on YouTube. Sometimes our minds get the best of us. And we just dust that off our shoulders and we try again another time or another day. It's okay, my friends. We do the best we can in every moment of our lives. Most importantly, thank yourself for being here, for trying, for making the effort, for making the time. To be present and to drop within, to go inside your own body and mind. Open your attention to the present moment. I like to literally see myself unfurling like a bud blooming to a beautiful flower, really awakening to the opportunity to become more present. And we'll bring our attention to our experiences just as they are, with a wide open manner. We're not selecting, we're not choosing or evaluating. We're simply here holding ourselves, this vessel for thoughts, feelings, and sensations in our awareness, holding ourselves with kindness and compassion, and just watching what happens from one moment to the next. Being this curious observer, this casual observer, one without judgment, will help us be more open-minded in the world. Will help us slow down and get in touch with our breath before we react in a situation, giving us the opportunity to respond in a way that makes us feel very proud of ourselves. As you've gotten cozy, I invite you to flip your palms open towards the sky or your ceiling so we can practice using our hands and our breath. Let's just take our hands into little fists and then flash them open. A little fist, flash open. Give your fingers a little wiggle around and then let your fingers stay soft and bent. Taking a big breath in, attempting to breathe very slowly, not forcing. Just giving yourself the opportunity to slow down with your breath. A big inhalation through your nose and a full exhalation. It might be audible through your mouth, like a big sigh. 2 more like that. Feel like you could drop the weight of the world off your shoulders. I love that big. Feels so good to be here. 1 more like that. Big open mouth sigh. Let it all go, my friends. Softly sealing your lips here. Breathing in and out through our nostrils for the rest of our practice. Our palms are facing up so that we can use our thumbs to touch each one of our other 4 fingers as we breathe, helping us to stay focused and present and within our bodies. There's no set pace, no set depth. We're just trying to breathe and acknowledge our being proud of ourselves as we go. Taking 2 rounds together as fast or as slow as you'd like to go. Let's press the tip of our pinky finger and thumbs together. Really press so that you feel a connection there. Breathe deeply in as slowly as you feel comfortable doing. And exhaling, setting ourselves down just a bit more heavily, relaxing as we go. Thumb to ring finger, soft, easy breath in. Full, easy breath out. Thumb to middle finger, inhaling, steady as you go. Whenever you're ready, exhaling, releasing, dropping in. Thumb to index finger, try again, slower maybe, perhaps softer. Easy out, whatever you can do. Starting fresh, thumb to pinky finger, breathing in here. Focusing as you exhale, maybe send it to a particular region of your body. Thumb to ring finger, breath in towards your belly. Softening into your stomach as you exhale. Thumb to middle finger, breath to chest, widening. Releasing, softening as you let go of that breath. Final purposeful one together here. Thumb to index finger. Breath to the entire torso, spreading wide, lifting long, opening front to back. And feel a real softening to any edges, any constriction, any constraints as you exhale. Allowing thumb to release any pressure. And if it feels better for your arms and body, slipping your palms back down to your legs, to your lap, perhaps holding them near your belly or over your chest and stomach. Being mindful of our breath as it moves, but not forcing, just noticing, checking in and out with awareness. Sensations, tightnesses, your mood, your emotions, acknowledging anything that you're noticing as you slow down and step away from today. Attention to your body, sitting with your whole body, your whole breath. Don't cheat yourself. Sometimes we breathe in and then forget the rest of the inhale. Let's see if we can stay to the very, very end. And the full length, the full width and breadth, the duration of our exhale. More wide, more spacious. This container of attention grows as we enhance our experience. And as you continue focusing on your breath, are you able to notice that beautiful little pause of stillness? That tiny space between the in and out breaths and between the out and in breaths. There's a perfect moment of stillness there that I just adore. If you can find it, you try to capture it. Take a little mental snapshot of it. Hold it deep within your heart or your belly so that you know you can pull it back out and check in with that beautiful still space anytime you need it. Gently withdrawing your awareness from your breath, and we'll shift our focus to a body scan. Great way to release anxiety, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're stewing over or you're nervous about. Instead, shift your focus to your body, into the world of your sensations, whatever arises in your body. Acknowledge it and let it be. Maybe even let a little bit or all of it go. So we're sending breath down to the tips of our toes. It's okay if it doesn't quite reach that long as you follow your breath. Send your mind's eye to the tips of your toes. Releasing any tensions, any tightness, any achiness as you come all the way back up your legs, front and back, top to bottom, inside your bones and outside to your skin. Let's breathe to the tips of our fingernails, our little finger pads, all the hairs on the back of our hands, every cell within our arms, our shoulders. See them, feel them. Let them go. And if there's an area that's unable to soften as you're practicing breath through your body scan, our practice is telling us that we need more time. We need to hold more space for that area. Maybe it's not something physical, maybe it's more mental or emotional, and we'll just let that be for today. Let's try again, breathing deep into our torsos, including our backsides, our pelvis, our groin, really sitting heavy in our pelvic bowl. And feeling the opposite, light and lifted, almost like you're filling up with helium. Maybe feeling a little looser or wider or softer in your torso. Let your breath ripple through and resonate wherever it needs to linger. And then let go softly. Doing the same for our skull. I like to almost picture this breath like a swivel, kind of like a soft ice cream cone, how it swirls to the top, and then just let it swirl back out. Use your breath to fill up that space, encompassing everything in your mind, your facial features. Being kind to any anxious thoughts that may arise. We have a mindful inquiry here. As we're feeling our mind and our bodies. Worries and fears can creep up. But we use this inquiry, this investigation, to discover whatever needs to come out, whatever needs to arise, what may be the underlying causes of anxiety or tension. Acknowledging, feeling, validating, holding true what is deep within you and what is arising as you slow down. What's being felt. Really feel into it. When we slow down and scan, we might have to wade through some stickiness, some feelings with compassion and gentleness. Maybe it is something physical that feels tight or sticky. Kind of dipping your toes in the water here. Very gently acknowledging what's there and feeling into it with awareness. We don't need to attach a story to it or analyze it or figure it out. We're just holding space for it. Feeling into the experience of checking in. Letting whatever arises be just as it is in this very moment. Perhaps we're listening in with some compassion. Working a little with the edges, kind of like you would with dough, like softening the edges. Feeling in and acknowledging what's there. So we're learning, we're teaching ourselves to sit with what is, to sit calmly with things as they are. And inevitably our thoughts will start to trickle back in, or they creep or seep in. They're sneaky, those little thoughts. They come quickly. And sometimes we forget that we're not supposed to be focusing on those. Instead, using our body, this beautiful vessel, to relax ourselves with breath. But just like we're watching that breath come and go, see your thought that snuck in go just as quickly. It's like a little cloud on a windy day. We know we have plenty of time to get back to that. Another great visual, if you don't love the clouds in the skies, you can see a little something, maybe a piece of a stick or a leaf in a river. You're just sitting on the edge of the river and a current has come and you see that stick or that leaf float right on through. That's a nice one if you're more of an earth or a water person. Your thought are those little pieces of debris that just float right out. Observing your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your sensitivities. All this passing phenomenon. Coming and going. Noticing the ever-changing nature of our practice. How we can feel elated at one moment, and then something creeps in and you feel a little down or a little overwhelmed again. Okay. As we become aware of how our mind and body works when we slow down, we can start to set ourselves free. Overcome anything that makes us feel heavy and weighty. With this practice of mindfulness, with this practice of becoming fully present, we're not overly reactive to what's going on around us. It helps us learn to sit, to stay with these feelings or sensations of difficulty, of anxiety. We're not analyzing them, we're not suppressing them, we're letting them come. We're not necessarily encouraging them. We're just allowing ourselves to feel and acknowledge just as we are in this moment. And that can often help them dissipate. You may be safely exploring or revealing the underlying causes of stress and worry. And we're just going with the flow here, going with whatever's happening rather than expending our energy to fight or turn away from it. We're just delving into an opportunity to potentially gain insight into what may be driving a concern, a worry, a fear, and anxiety. And then whenever something arises, picture space around that particular moment. So it's not fully consuming you. We've created space around it, holding it within ourselves, but it doesn't take up our entire being. We find a sense of spaciousness that naturally emerges from that, hopefully a sense of freedom. And what we're discovering as we practice is a sense of trust. Staying with feelings of discomfort rather than trying to escape from them or analyze them. So often we're too busy and we just stuff everything down that we don't have time to explore or talk about, or the feelings that we don't want to let show. We're going to allow them to come now. Maybe deeply we find this sense of stillness at our core, just as we found in our breath, in between the in and out and the out and in. This awareness of what you need is with you all the time. So although our mindfulness can't change our situations, you can change your response to the situations. Take a moment to check back in with that beautiful breath, perhaps using your 5-finger meditation, thumb pressing to the pads of your other 4 fingers. Bringing a sense of kind awareness and acknowledgement to stressed or anxious feelings that arise in your body and mind, and then simply allow them to be. The awareness, this practice that we work on together, helps us reduce the grip of these really persistent storylines, these thought loops that constantly come back up in our mind. Shift your attention away from those thought patterns to help you get unstuck. They do not control you. I invite you to bring a broader sense of awareness and attention to your experience in a more open manner by simply becoming aware of things as they flow in and through. Thoughts and feelings, breath in various regions of your body, sensations, reactions associated with that breath. Noting your experience, acknowledging it, seeing it, almost like you've floated away and you're watching your experience as a beautiful, casual, non-judgmental observer. No need to change what's happening. Breathing and being as you are. And widening your breath to your entire body. So the steps in our releasing of anxiety. Attending broadly to your experience, noting it, no need to change it. Perhaps you see it from the third person perspective. And then breathe. We do this habitually, thank goodness, but not being aware of it reduces the potency of it. It's such a gift when we slow down and find that spaciousness. Now, perhaps you scan or you send your breath to a specific area in your heart, your mind, or your physical body that needs extra attention. And then include your body as a whole. So you move past the little nagging thoughts or sensations, and we start to broaden. The concept of acceptance, the possibility of developing a real different relationship to your experience. One that is characterized by allowing, as we said earlier, just going with the flow, allowing an experience to arise and let it be. Allow difficult feelings to come up, registering their presence, and then making a choice about how to respond to them. A deliberate movement of attention to what has arisen. Big, beautiful breath in. Full, easy, gentle breath out. Breathing a sense of loving, a sense of acceptance and caring towards ourselves, to what we're feeling, to what we're experiencing. And as we exhale, pushing that sense of loving, caring, acceptance to the deepest cells of our body. This practice of working and breathing through our body hopefully teaches and encourages us that we can sit with and allow unpleasant experiences to come and go and still be okay. It doesn't control us or rule our lives and our state of being, our moods, and our personality. Feel your belly really expand on your inhalation and fall on your exhalation with awareness, staying present to your breath. As we close our formal practice together, take another moment, another breath to be appreciative for this time you've set aside today to delve in, create space and acceptance, and easy exhale, release what doesn't serve you. Potentially covering your heart or your belly, or bring hands to a prayer position at heart center. Tuck your chin down towards your fingertips. A gentle gesture of gratefulness to your practice today. My light honors yours. Thank you for allowing me to guide you, help you learn to release or be with anxiety and let go. Namaste, my friends. Take great